So, in today's review, I will be looking at another 1/8 scale set, and this time it is LEGO Technica Ferrari Daytona SP3 set from 2022. It is a huge set with 3,778 pieces, and I was able to get this fake version of the set on AliExpress for 38 euros and 44 cents after all the discounts. And yes, this is one of those sets that I was trying to buy multiple times before they actually send it to me, because you know AliExpress is weird. So here I have two very large bags with all the parts. It looks like we have some numbers on the smaller bags that are inside there, and also we have this manual. Yay, Technic! Nice! And on the front it says Ferrari, and it is spelled correctly. Do we have any stickers? On a first glance, no, I don't see any stickers inside the manual. Maybe they are somewhere else, but okay. Right now I am going to assemble this set, and then of course I will tell you all about it and we will judge it. So see you in a bit. So the car is done, and overall my experience while I was building it wasn't too bad. However, there are few things I wanna point out. So let's talk. Starting with this manual, there are two things I want to point out about it. First of all, some of the images were just a little bit too small for my liking. Well, this is a good example where we have very busy page, and sometimes it was just hard to tell where exactly the pieces have been added. I would just prefer some of these illustrations to be a little bit larger. And the second problem I had with this manual is the fact that here on page 24 there is actually mistake right here where we have like 8 of these knobs in the parts list. However, they haven't been properly drawn like on this illustration right here. But the good news is that this manual also follows the same building order as the LEGO Builders app, so I mean, there is no problem between switching from this manual to the LEGO Builders app. And yes, that is also kind of like a confirmation for the fact that yes, indeed, this is a fake LEGO set that is like 100% copy of the real thing. Next, I want to point out that this set doesn't have any stickers, which is awesome in my opinion, and all of these like logos have been printed on the bricks, and the print quality is really good. As you can see, the logos look sharp, even like this plate with the stats, like it looks good. And yeah, as I said, I did not have any issues with any printed blocks. Okay, but now let's talk about the most important part of any building set, and that is the brick quality. And this time brick quality actually isn't too bad. For the most part, what I really liked is the fact that the plastic felt kinda soft. Therefore, all these like long beams and everything fitted together quite nicely. I wasn't struggling to get any of the beams through holes. Therefore, I also don't have any like pain in my fingers after building this thing. However, that being said, few of the blocks were a little bit too loose. I had few of these cylindrical pieces that were a little bit too loose. Not all of them, but however some of them were just sliding on cross beams absolutely freely without like much friction. Then I had these like sand color knobs that are supposed to be like a little bit looser, even like in the original Lego set. However, the crossbeam part of them still have to hold in place quite sturdy, but in this case there again wasn't too much of the friction, therefore they were just falling out. And finally, some of these like 3-dot long knobs also had a little bit too loose cross beam ends. But overall, in this case, I am not too upset about this looseness of blocks, because in all of the cases where I actually needed these blocks to bear some weight, I used a little bit of a plumber's tape on them. Therefore, I made them a little bit thicker. And yes, if you are wondering what the plumber's tape is, that's this thing right here. It is like very thin tape you use like in your house plumbing. I have used this in the past on loose blocks, and in my opinion this is a miracle worker when it comes to these like fake Legos when you need some extra friction for your blocks. The next thing I want to point out is the fact that I did not have any like blocks missing from this set. However, I had two wrong blocks, and first block is this one right here. As you can see, we have this kind of like a loose block sticking out of the body of the car, although on the other side we have this like kind of like a flat finish, and that is because they gave us like two of this shape, but this needed to be in a mirror image. And the second part that was incorrect is inside of this door. There was one place where I needed like the 7-dot long beam, but instead they gave me 5-dot long piece. In this case, the problem isn't too noticeable because the block is inside of the door, and the very end of it, it was just covering the gap that we have underneath this like one of these plates. And I got lucky there because the last 2 dots of the 7-dot beam wouldn't be used as like a connection point either way. But of course, having like wrong blocks isn't pleasant in any case. But in this case, you see that I have kind of gotten around these wrong parts, but either way I am deducting points for that. And yeah, if we are talking about mistakes in this car, last thing I want to point out are like these like prints here on the headrests of the seats. As you can see, we have kind of like this Ferrari logo over there, the horse, but it is sideways because it has been printed in the incorrect orientation. It needed to be like printed this way, but now it's like just sideways. And finally, I want to show you that yeah, this set also included quite few of these spare parts. So with that said, let's take a closer look at the car itself, like what was included within this set. First of all, I already showed you that we have this plate with some statistics of the car. Very simple thing, but nice to have if you want to display this on your shelf. And then of course we have the car itself. Well, this car has quite few moving parts. Let's start with the doors. Of course, we can open both of the doors and they open up kind of like sideways and then come upwards, and I think this design looks pretty nice, and the feeling as I'm like opening them also feels kind of good. You also already saw that we can remove this roof over here, and that is how we can easily access the interior. Interior is really nice. We have two blue seats over there. Of course, we have the steering wheel over here, with the help of which we can steer the front wheels. And then here in the middle we have kind of like this gear shift stick. And speaking of shifting gears, as usual per these like large cars, there are also two levers right next to the steering wheel, which we can flick. And as you probably hear, that shifts between the gears that we have at the back of the car. And speaking of shifting gears, this time this system functions actually pretty good. As far as I can tell, we are shifting through the gears with no problems. Only thing I saw that when I was like shifting to the last gear on one end, I started having some like clicking noises, and that indicated that something was skipping somewhere, but I think that was just because I might have like gone too far or something. I'm not an expert in this stuff, but overall I think this system works pretty good. At least like if I'm like moving the car, yeah, the wheels turn, I don't have any like extra drag anywhere. And I think I can also show you that we have pistons fully working, although maybe from this angle it's really hard to do. So yeah, you can see like if I spin the wheel, the pistons are working. Yeah, and I'm holding the other wheel with my hand right now so that we can get the movement. But yeah, as I said, I think this whole system works pretty good in this set. And yeah, also you can see that we can also open this back part of the car, and I think it is done really nicely. From the side you can see that it is quite large chunk of the car that is actually being opened in this case. Also from this angle I can show you that yes, indeed, this car also has suspension, and it works absolutely fine in my case. And then we can take a look at the front of the car, where we have trunk over here. Yeah, underneath the hood we have this peg that we can kind of like lower down, and yeah, the trunk will stay opened. Here we can see that when we are opening the trunk, it is kind of getting caught by this wire, this frame of the window that we have, but I mean, that's just how it goes. Yeah, obviously that's not a huge deal. And with that said, I think right now I can just turn this car around to show it to you from all the angles. Like, this is how it looks from the side. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, this is how it looks from the front, and of course this is the top view, and this is the back of the car. And I must say, I really like this line thing that is going on here at the back side. I think it looks really cool. Also, I will flip it around. Yeah, and this is how it looks from underneath. What I actually liked about this car is the fact, yes, indeed, we have a gearbox, but the gearbox wasn't like crazy complicated. As always with these like Technica gearboxes, I had like a trouble just following what exactly is going on with the gears as I was like assembling them. And by that I mean, when I'm switching between the like gear positions, I can't say that I feel like too much of a difference between them, but I mean, at least everything works. But yeah, getting back to the point, as I said, it felt relatively simple, therefore it wasn't like annoying to get together, and there wasn't like a crazy amount of gears that I should be like really carefully assembling, not making the fittings too tight or anything. Yeah, basically for me this amount of complexity in the gearbox is the sweet spot for what I like when I am assembling a set like this. And yeah, one last thing I want to mention is how to pick this car up. I mean, yeah, we have few parts that feel a little bit wobbly, but that's because they are actually moving parts. For example, you can't really pick this car up by the sides, because here we have the door, and this part right here doesn't feel too sturdy. Again, if we are trying to pick up here, we can see that the whole like hood thing is coming up. Therefore, like, the safe spots are the wheels, the front and the back at the same time. And I also found out that if I remove the roof over here, there is kind of like this frame inside of the car, by which it is really easy to pick this thing up. But yes, I don't think that I have anything else left to say about my experience while I was building this car, so it is time to put it into my fake LEGO tier list. And this time I think my experience with this set falls into the B tier, because as I said, the blocks for the most part felt good, but still I had some of those loose parts on which I even used the plumber's tape. And also hitting quality, of course, are the wrong pieces that I had in this set, but visually I also think this looks really nice. So in the end, me myself, I am not disappointed with what I got for the money that I paid. And with that said, I think I have given you enough information to make up your own mind whether a set like this would be worth it for you. And now I want to say a huge thank you for joining me today and watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, that helps out my channel a lot. Leave a comment, what is your experience with buying fake Legos, and if you want to see more reviews like this where I look at fake Legos, non-branded bricks and all sorts of other stuff I find on the internet, maybe subscribe to my channel. Huge thank you for watching one more time, and I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.